Greetings and welcome back to Switch to Linux. Man, I gotta move my microphone a little bit closer, don't I? I don't know. Let's see if we can do that. A little bit closer, a little bit closer, a little bit closer. All right. There we go. There's a little bit better. Everyone says I yell too much. Good. Now I'll just yell a little bit more. My lighting's all weird today. I don't know. It's going to be a weird lighting day. I think what happened is I'm actually running my light panel, but I have it set in a weird place, and it causes this shadow over my monitors. But I don't know. How's everybody doing? I think we'll go ahead and just kind of do that. Yeah, see if I do that, y'all don't see it as much, so it's all good. All right, well, let's see who is on line today. Isaiah Briggs, hello. First to the stream, DJ Ware, greetings to you. Digital Zero Entity, how's it going? How's Greece doing? Dave Rubio, how's it going there? The Brute, hello. Using PC Linux OS, no issues on your end. Very good, very cool. Greg Lilly, how's it going there? Yeah, you might need some glasses. Yeah. That's Deepin, not Debian. Deepin, not Debian. All right. It's all good. Ricky, how's it going there? Greetings. Linux Forever, hello. Gotta say to you, you were right. Ubuntu slowly. Yeah, it wasn't a bunch of hyperbole. Where's the It's Foss article saying, yeah, that Switch to Linux guy was right. Man, Ubuntu really is starting to embed snaps inside of the basic system, because that's what they're doing. Really. Sure, you're still using apt, but they're just bypassing apt altogether and just installing snap instead. QuidSub did a video on it as well. I'm waiting on other people to go out and do a video on the similar trend as well. Hello, Sleepy. Greetings, Mitchell. How's it going there? Guten Abend. Hello. Roger C. says rar to the kitty. Kitty just left, though. Yes, troubleshooting issues. Kevin, how's it going there? Welcome back to Switch to Kitty. Ben Fitzpatrick, how's it going there? Catstream. That's Kitty's monitors now. He marked it. Yes, he did. He marked the monitor. But, he's on the stream enough. He probably bought one of these monitors around here at least. He brings in some money, Kitty brings in bank. I'm telling y'all. First got mine. Couldn't stop touching it. It's a nice piece of kit. Really? Okay. Let's see. Lord Enix. Hello, Lord Enix. Haven't seen you in a while. Greetings and welcome back. Logan, how's it going there? Who let the cats out? Ooh. Is that who let the cats out? Meow, 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 meow. 101, greetings. How's it going there? Anyone have sound? Hopefully you guys have sound. Okay. Hello, Kestis. Greetings, Mr. Tracy Williams. Hello to you, Jonathan. Hello, Clock of Frickin'. How's it going there? Hamburg's Ghost. Hello. Who let the cats out? Meow, 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 meow. That's right. Spin Viking. Greetings, Bad Spirit. Hello there. See you live instead of the usual video format. This kind of is my usual video format. I'm trying to transition to the other formats. But I'm just trying to mix it up a little bit. Just mix it up a little bit. Sounds good to me. All right. Shall we go ahead and dive on into this first one here? Shall we do that? Hello, Farron. You're on pretty late. How's it going there, my man? All right. Let's go ahead and let's just go ahead and I just need to set up a couple more things real quick. Pull this up, and we have two stream topics. The other one's going to be the super secret stream topic. You guys got to wait until the end to see what that one is. But we're actually going to start with the Linux Mint discussions. Welcome back to Switch to Linux. Well, I was asked if you can get Deepin onto Linux Mint, and so I decided to investigate this a little bit and found that indeed there is a PPA. Now, in my initial tests, we had some issues with it, so who knows what this is going to turn into. In my initial tests, I had an issue where it kept on dropping up into, it was like you're constantly pressing, Alt F2, Alt F3 on your Linux box, where you can drop to a terminal. And I kept on getting that general effect. And so I decided I'd go ahead and rerun my system. And what we did now, so I'm using Linux Mint 19.2, and what I didn't do is I didn't change any kernels, I didn't do any updates. And so we're actually going to go ahead and do that first. So I actually have a Linux Mint build here that we're going to go into that I installed, and then I ran the updates, and then I switched the kernel up to kernel 5 in case that happened to be the issue. So we're going to run through the installation as to how to put Deepin on this, and we'll see if it works. I really can't guarantee if it's going to, based on my initial tests that I did. So let's go ahead and dive on over to the desktop view here. So we will go ahead and have a look at Linux Mint. And so here we are on the virtual machine. Let me type in my super secret password. That's definitely not 123. This should boot us full screen, as I have installed the VirtualBox Guest Editions, although I am still getting a notification that something is still not running correctly, but we'll see what happens here. So check your video drivers, but that's all right. So here we are. We are on Linux Mint 19.2, so this is the latest version of Linux Mint, and we are running the Cinnamon Edition. And as I said, I did come in here and I ran all of our security updates, and I did our driver. I'm not sure why it's telling me I have more updates here. Okay, there's another update for the kernel. You'll notice I have not set up snapshots. I really, one of the issues I'm having with Linux Mint is like, please get rid of this thing. Please sit there and say, don't ask me again, because I've clicked through this thing several times. You know, Linux, it's so easy to restore the system. I'd rather just restore the system. I have a backup of my user data. That's kind of the case, but it will not let you get past that stupid screen without getting rid of that stupid orange bar. It's actually frustrating. So Linux Mint team, get rid of that stupid orange bar. Give me the option to say don't ask me again, because I don't want to use it. All right, so there we are. Now we have this. Well, let's go ahead and probably not update or not reboot the system, just because we're going to have to reboot the system after we do this. Now, what we're going to use here is one of the greatest features of Ubuntu is the PPAs. One of the worst features is the snaps. Oh, well, we're not here to talk about that. We're going to talk today about the PPAs. And the PPA is made by, I don't know how exactly to pronounce this, Leaez. And this is the one that did the PPA. Let's see if that gets me that or not. There's a GitHub page. What we actually want is we want the launchpad. Let's just go ahead and type this in with Deepin. And let's see if we can get, okay, so here's the GitHub page. But actually what I want is the launchpad. There it is. All right, so if you find the launchpad for Deepin, and why is it I was not able to find the exact page I was looking for? I was just trying to get us back to where we wanted to be. There we are. So let's go back to his main page, launchpad.net /tilde Leaez. And then he has two personal package archives. We want to go to the Deepin desktop environment. This is the Ubuntu PPA. Now, this 3 lines here is your basic code to drop this into the terminal. It is possible to do this without the terminal, but in reality, it's so much easier to do the terminal. So let's cover real quick, how would you do that without the terminal? You're too scared of terminals. If you just go into your software sources in Linux Mint, this is a tool provided by Ubuntu. And so this will work on Linux Mint. I am not sure this will work on Linux Mint Debian Edition. I'll come down here to PPAs, and then you can add a PPA. And what we're going to want is just from the PPA on over. So if we come on over here and hit add, just go ahead and do this and hit OK. It's going to go ahead and add this. And then we just go into your package installer, update the system, and then you will have the option there usually through Synaptic Package Manager to go ahead and do that. But the reality is, this is as good a time as any to learn how to use the terminal, and it's just so much easier to do this. Now, a warning is that PPAs will have, they could have code in them that is unaudited or unauditable. So you want to use caution anytime you're using a PPA. We're just going to go ahead and do this, and hopefully he doesn't have anything super bad in here. So we're going to enter that, enter our password, and then we have to hit enter to continue adding the PPA, or if we hold Control-C, that will cancel and not add the PPA. So you'll see that it's going in there and doing that. If we were to actually open up our software sources now, we should actually see that PPA listed. So now it is actually there. All right. So our next step is to do an update. So sudo apt, we don't need to use the -get. Apt -get was kind of the older method of doing that. So now what this is doing is this is going to update all of our package sources, which adds the package sources from our new PPA installed. And now we're going to do a sudo apt install DDE. Now, one of the things that I found that this does not actually bring with it is it does not bring with it the themes. At least it did not when I ran my initial test, which, to be fair though, I was doing that through Synaptic just to test if you could actually do this without the terminal at all. And well, I think that yes, you can. Maybe the instability was because of that. Maybe it was because of the maybe it was just the fact that I was doing it without the system updates already installed. But we did not get the Deepin themes coming along with it. So we're actually going to boot up Synaptic when this is done, and then we were going to look and see if those themes are actually installed or not. So that's one of the things, is that Deepin will be horrendously ugly if you do not have the Deepin themes with it. If you're trying to use Deepin with the Linux Mint themes, you will not have a good user experience. So we're going to give this a minute to finish its updating. You'll see it's installing some icon packs. It did install the icon packs, just not the themes. So we'll give this a few minutes, and then we'll come back when it's done doing this. All right, let's see. Kenny Widron, hello. Bob Devereux, hello. Mess around with 3DS modeling, very cool. PPA-based Frankenmint, should be fun. Yeah, I was getting some instability earlier. Check an update manager settings. Yeah, you're right, it might be actually there. I bet it might actually be there, but we'll see. Option mint update ratings to get rid of the orange miner. All right, yeah, maybe I need to go ahead and do that. See, that's the thing, is I haven't actually run it on a production system yet because I don't like the 1804 code base. I like the 1604. That's why I still run on Ubuntu. I run it on Ubuntu 18.3. So, yep. All right, we're going to go ahead and pause my comments there. I'm going to give myself about 10 seconds of space so I can find this easier for video editing. Okay, so now it's done. Let's just go ahead and close out the terminal. And then what we're going to do here is we're going to boot up Synaptic, and I'm going to see if those Deepin themes have been installed or not. So if you boot up Synaptic Package Manager, we don't need that again, and we're going to search for DDE. We should actually see a bunch of DDE items installed, but not everything. That script does not actually install absolutely everything. There's things that it just doesn't install. Mostly things that are related to just extra things, like the DDE file manager. So the file manager is not installed by default. So, you know, you might want to install that file manager with it. All right. Let's see. Qt platform theme integration plugins. Let's see what this is going to do. All right. Go ahead and mark those. The trash plugin, this will give you the trash can on the dock. So if you want that, you're going to want to install that. You'll notice that it does not install the Deepin movie, which is okay because we have a good one already built in with this. And I think the next thing I was looking for, I think it's actually called Deepin-GTK themes. Let's just do Deepin. Let's see what we get when we search for Deepin. All right. So here's a bunch of Deepin things. So the calculator for Deepin, the deb installer for Deepin, which we won't actually need that. This is the one that does not install. The GTK theme for Deepin does not get installed. So let's go ahead and install that. Again, Deepin Movie, Mutter, Deepin Picker, which is the color picker, Simple Screen Recorder, which actually kind of sucks in Deepin. So that's kind of it. So let's see, Deepin Windows Manager Monitoring and Auto Switching Service. Let's go ahead and install that too. Ooh, that actually wants to remove actual Deepin. Let's cancel that. Let's not do that. Yeah, all right. So let's go ahead and hit apply. We don't want to actually uninstall Deepin to get the Deepin window. What? This is why, like I said, this is not necessarily a highly recommended thing. It's just somebody asked me if you can do it. So I thought it'd be a fun stream to see if we can actually do that. All right, so now everything is there. So let's go ahead and we'll actually do a full system reboot instead of just doing a log out. So let's go ahead and do that just because we changed that kernel as well. So we'll come over here and do a full system startup, and we'll be back when this is done rebooting. Why they call them terminals, all right. Hello, hi there, TV. How's it going there? An irrational dislike of PPAs. Don't really like them. Yeah, you know. How does it work on Mint Debian Edition? As of right now, there's no way that I know of to get Deepin on Debian. At least not on Debian 10 or 9 for that matter. Debian SID, we might have the option. All right, 10 seconds of silence so I can find my edits. All right. So now we are installed, we are rebooted. We want to come down, pull this guy down here, and now we should have Deepin in our option. Let's enter in our super secret password. That's definitely not 123. And let's pray it works. Let's pray it works. Like I said, I was having some issues before. All right, so here is the first run screen for Deepin. We want to do common mode or effect mode. So the effect mode definitely for hardware. Since we're in a virtual machine, it might affect us. Let's just go into common mode just because I want to just make sure we can get things working since we're on a virtual machine. And now go ahead and hit enter. And we are now, should be booting up Deepin. And there were some issues that I was having with Deepin. So I don't know if we're going to continue to have those issues or not. So over here, it does look like these are actually popping up and giving me the tooltips. That's something that I was not getting before. There's our network. Let's see. Pull this guy open here. Let's go with a file manager. Let's just, so it looks like Deepin File Manager is here. So it does actually appear as though the theming is set to Deepin. This is something that if you did not install that GTK theme, it did not actually work. The other problem is I could boot up the settings, but I could not make them go away, and that's what we're getting. If I click the desktop, our settings should go away. So we are definitely having a few issues with this. Let's go ahead down here. Of course, don't try your Mint themes. They will not work well. So I found to get rid of that in this, we have to click on our desktop there to do that. Let's go ahead and boot up the file manager. You'll notice that it's, despite me saying, hey, we're going to use the dark theme, we're definitely not using a dark theme here. Unless there's an apply button that I forgot I need to push, but I don't think there is. So let's go ahead and it did pull all of our icon packs with us. But again, what we're noticing is we're not actually seeing those show up. Maybe it's just an issue that we need to reboot the system. So let's go ahead and give it a try. So let's reboot the system. Let's go ahead and do another full reboot rather than just log out, log back in. Let's just give this as many chances as we can. Oh, Vince, did you give your daughter the flu? Didn't you have that last week? Or 2 weeks ago? Please review free BSD with KDE Plasma. I don't really have I don't know, maybe. I don't really have much of an interest to look at BSDs, but I don't know. We'll see. All right, so here we are after our reboot. Let's log back in. Let's see if we actually have our dark theme here or not. And see how this thing works and behaves. Like I said, the only, our theming system wasn't working too well there, like our settings system wasn't working. But let's go ahead and give it a try here. Let's go with our Deepin file manager. Nah, we still have this lighter theme going with us, but hey, at least it actually is functional, which it was not functional before. Notice that it did not actually change our desktop icons, so something is not working right within our desktop icons. Let's go ahead and look at our modes here. Let's go with the small size. Pull our launcher in. All right, so here's a little bit more of a launching system. Let's go ahead and launch the Firefox web browser. This is something that was not working well. There we are. Now we're back to this. So it's like we just clicked the Alt F2 or something. Sometimes I could recover from this by going there, but I could never get back to this screen. At this point in time, the system's pretty much dead. So let's log in. So we are here. If we try and do like a start X, it just kind of gives us an error and then it's terminated with error. So there's something in this Deepin system here that is kind of messing things up. One thing I could do is I could try fixing it the way we did with it. Was it PC Linux OS or was it the other one where we could just completely kill the Xorg config file and allow it to reset itself? That might be something, but I don't know for sure. So at this point in time, I was just kind of hitting the reboot. Oh man, I gotta do sudo reboot though, don't I? And so now that's kind of where we got to. So yeah, you can install Deepin on Linux Mint, but it seems to not actually work. Now, this was Linux Mint Cinnamon. It might be worth trying it on Mate or XFCE to see if it's something in there that's doing it. Other than that, I don't have any specific indication as to what the problem could be. Maybe it's just something wrong with the PPA, maybe, whatever else. But we can get to the nice spot where we see this. And of course, every time I was rebooting from this, Deepin was not loading back into full screen mode, but that might be resolved by installing the virtual machine guest editions, which I think that was. So we can kind of get to our nice desktop. We do not have desktop icons. Well, let me test if we can actually put desktop icons on or not. Let's go ahead and do a new. Okay, so we can actually put desktop icons. So it looks like the theming does not work super well. We can't get rid of this guy here without pulling up a menu. But otherwise, let's see. So here's our theming. So it is Deepin Dark. It seems to be only displaying Deepin Light, but it is Deepin Dark. It's not resetting the icons. Go down to... Yeah, now we're back to this again. So yeah, we have an instability. So running Linux Mint with Deepin, at least in this general configuration, does not appear to be working. Is it worth fixing this? I don't know. Quite honestly, if I wanted to run Deepin, what I would end up doing is... shut done. No, not shut done. Shut down. Thank you. What I would end up doing is I would end up just going back and running something like Manjaro Deepin or just something else that already has Deepin or Arch or one of the many other Linux distributions. Really the difference between a lot of different Linux distributions, there's not a ton of change. I also don't know if this would work well with Ubuntu or not, if you really wanted to run it. Ubuntu is pretty close to Mint in many ways, so you might try it with that. I don't know. But anyway, Linux Mint, in theory, you can put Deepin on it. In my current environment, now this could also be the fact that my VirtualBox is getting old at this point. It could be the Linux Mint Cinnamon, maybe the Mate and the XFCE will work. I didn't test those circumstances. I did test the natural kernel, which was, I think, 415, and this was running kernel 5. So it's probably not likely the kernel causing the issue. And another thing that I did not mention as well, let's see, something did come to my mind, but I'm losing it now. But anyway, that was Linux Mint. Oh, that's right. Even if you are not running Deepin, once you get that installed and you start getting that screen where it kind of gets you back to that login screen, then going back to Cinnamon will cause the same thing to happen. So it kind of breaks the whole system. So, hey, there's our test. If you want to figure out what's wrong with that, let us know. If you want to test one of the other conditions I didn't test, that'd be awesome to have an update in the comments to see. But as far as goes from here, I don't specifically see a big reason I want to invest more time in it personally, trying to get it to run. But let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. All right. See. Only log into it if I have to give support. Yep. I have a 10 in VM. Yep. All right. Yeah. Really good once you have KDE set up. Check out the other KDE package, KTorrent, for example. Yeah, tell her happy birthday for me as well. I could play her the happy birthday. If she wakes up, let me know, Vince. If she wakes up, I'll play her the happy birthday screen, all right? A little late, but if you go to the Update Manager, click Preferences under Options. Yeah, I think that is there, yeah. Is it possible to install KDE? Last time I tried to run KDE in Mint, then yes, it actually worked just fine. You end up using the easiest way to do it is backport the Kubuntu repos. So I had a video about that, although I've not tested it lately. Standalone DE, Deepin doesn't have the cloud sync. I believe it does not. This is really good. Please do more in this style. Yeah. Well, this is my live streaming style, so. Blame the mother-in-law. Blame her for everything. All right, all right. How does your wife feel about that? Need coffee. So sleepy. I only had 1 cup of coffee today, but it's getting. I don't know if I want to have another cup now, though. I don't know. Maybe I'll go do some caffeinated tea or something. Deepin specific apps, you have to switch. You have to switch the theme on the app. I don't know, honestly. Since I'm using, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. Switch the theme on the app itself. All right, well. Got Deepin working on Arch VM. Yep. I have Deepin on my Arch system too. It's interesting and novel for a little bit, but after a while it just gets kind of annoying after a while. So anymore I run Deepin for 1 or 2 days and I'm ready to leave it for something else. Xorg crash. Yep. Deepin's GTK theme package provide an executable. Yeah, I don't know, honestly. How Deepin can Mint go? Yeah, apparently it can't go very Deepin. Yeah, it does look like the Deepin is crashing it. Yeah, even when you're not running the Deepin desktop. Yeah. Deepin is wonky without video acceleration. While that is true, I've never had this issue running it on a virtual machine. Get some sleep, really? Yeah, I've been tired lately. I'm always working too hard. My guess is stuff is broken, all right? So applying the Deepin dark theme through the Deepin settings should affect the Deepin apps. So, like I said, I'm not interested. I did this video because somebody asked about it, and there was a PPA, and there's a lot of documentation indicating you can install Deepin onto it, and this is basically all those steps. So, effectively, it doesn't work. That's kind of my take-home message. You know, if you want to get it figured out and either give detailed instructions or do your own video, that'd be kind of cool, but at this point, I don't think it's really worth it. It's not worth spending time figuring out why the theming isn't working when stuff as simple as the, you know, like nothing on it seems to be working correctly. So that's just kind of where we're going with that. All right, so let's move on to our second topic, Bye MeWe. So if you are only following the channel on MeWe to get updates, you are going to have to start following on somewhere else. We'll walk through why that is in a minute. I'm running Debian Mint, lost the desktop, forgot my root password. Well, I mean, depending on how you set it up, your regular password should be able to get in there and just, if you can just log in there without the desktop, if you can log in there with your regular credentials and do, I think sudo-i will elevate you into root. Sudo sleep 10. Oh, GTK, Qt apps do change, but Deepin apps just don't care. Yeah. Yeah, it's broken. I think that's the case. I think it's broken. Maybe it might be worth testing it on Mate or XFCE. Maybe something in the GNOME changes in Cinnamon are causing it. I don't know. I don't know. There's probably some things you could do about it if you were invested, but I don't know. Okay, let's go ahead and let me make sure, pull some stuff up here. What's that? Oh, that is my current. And go ahead and pull you over here. Dude, browser, move. Thank you. Technically, chroot into the system, do password, not sure how to chroot into Debian, yeah. Yeah, I mean, what I would do is just log in and just drop into root from the login terminal. All right, let's go ahead and jump into our next topic here. Let me switch on over to that. Welcome back to Switch to Linux. Well, we are going to be saying goodbye to the MeWe channel that we had on the system, and we're going to walk through precisely why. So what ended up happening as a brief overview is the other day I went in to log in. Of course, I log in, and I'm using these as pages using these here as pages just to post when I do a video, so it's not like I sit around here and do much engagement. But then I logged in yesterday and it's like, oh, you have 13 days left on your trial. Subscribe now. And they want all my payment information. So apparently what ended up happening is MeWe came down and they just announced that, hey, we're out of beta, so we're just going to start charging for a lot of things, which included pages. Now, I was never been pleased with MeWe. It's like Facebook. You have to attach a personal account and then you can create a page from there. Now, the thing is that when I created these accounts, I went through and I read the terms of service. I read all the pages. There was nothing in here about ever charging for these pages. But now, all of a sudden, as of now, if you head on over to their main page and you head on over to their FAQs, we come down here and it says, how can MeWe be free and make money? And then this paragraph down here showed up. There are optional features including extra storage, live video voice, custom emojis, custom stickers, MeWe pages, $1.99 a month. So I'm like, well, when did this occur? Because I never remember going back and looking at this. So of course you go back into the Wayback Machine. And what I find very interesting is we go into the Wayback Machine and there's something weird in the code of their site that when you are on the Wayback Machine, their pages don't actually load. So I can't verify what was on the site for any period of time. So it is done loading and we get nothing but a blank page. So I went back and it turns out that you have to go back into 2016 to get any page on MeWe where it actually will load and archive. So something they've been doing for the last couple of years prevents the Internet Archive from looking at the site and verifying what it is. Come back over to here and we'll go back. So like I know the February 2nd, 2016, I know that this one is live, so let's go ahead and click on this. So when you go back into, there we go. Let's go with the 8th. There we are. So when you click into a page on the Internet Archive, we'll be able to see what the internet looked like at that particular point in time. So I went down to the bottom here to look at our FAQ pages. And when we come down here and look at our FAQ pages, we have down here, of course, that one paragraph. So comparing the two pages, this paragraph has now jumped in. They also have a couple other ones here jumped in as well. Now, I'm not completely opposed to them charging for pages. I just have to ask, is it worth it or not? Is it worth the business expense of paying money for a page? Am I going to go out and use a personal MeWe page to post all the videos? No, I'm not. That's what the pages were for. And when I first signed up, there was no indication that they were going to charge for pages that I could see. So I ended up putting in a support request asking them about it. And they actually just emailed me back not long ago, just a little bit, actually at 5:30 today. And it just says, MeWe is a freemium platform. The platform is free. However, some features do require subscriptions, which can be purchased on our MeWe store. Let me know if you have any additional questions or concerns. And so the problem that I'm having here is I can't verify what was on your site, and I am pretty certain that I never saw any indication as to what would actually be available here or not. And for the last 3 years, I cannot go back into the Wayback Machine and verify what was on their website versus what was not on their website. So because of these issues and the fact that I don't particularly see a lot of use coming out, so they don't actually give me, let's see, can I see some statistics as to what doing? So I have, like, on the XFCE, I had 2 likes on that post. I had 1 like on this post. I had 1 emoji on another previous news post 5 days ago. I don't actually have any information as to how well these are doing. There's really no statistics at all. Let me go back and show you guys the view here we're looking at. There's no statistics at all. There's nothing that indicates how well an individual post happens to be doing. It's a cheap generic Facebook that now they want to charge money for. The fact of the matter is I have numerous other platforms. So, you know, I do have the Twitter, I do have the Mastodon, which is switched to Linux at Fostodon. And I do have the Minds, I have the Reddit page, I have the Gab page, I have the Twitter page. Now, the Twitter and the Reddit, you can view those anytime. You can just bookmark those and never have to create an account. The Reddit is r/switchedtolinux, so you can go on over there if you want to see the updates. But as for this, I don't see any reason to keep MeWe around. I don't see that it's worth $2 a month. I have no problem with them trying to make some money on these types of features. But the fact of the matter is, like I said, I have seen no indication they're going to start charging for this. And all of a sudden, they gave me a pop-up saying you have 14 days left on your trial. Subscribe now. So, sorry, MeWe, I'm not going to subscribe. I have no more interest in using your platform because I don't find your platform is actually worth putting any money into. I just look at it as a knockoff Facebook. Now, as far as everything else on there, do I have any issues like, oh, are they a big privacy issue? No, I don't specifically see anything like that. I don't have any indication that they have some weird background CD agenda or whatever else. I just find that they did not do this part with integrity, and I cannot go back into the Internet Archive and verify what was there. So, bye-bye, MeWe. Within about, I'll start posting on there each day for the next couple of days, and then probably about 7 to 10 days right before the trial ends, we're just going to go ahead and delete everything over there on all my accounts. So, you can follow me on the other places. I'm on Gab, I'm on Twitter, Minds, Fostodon, or Reddit. And if you know of other ones I should look into, I'd be glad to look into other ones as well. But that's what I have to say. So it was a fun run, but sorry you're not worth putting money into. Sorry if that was the only place you like to be, but that's kind of the way it is. They had to make the business decision, so did I, and I just found it wasn't worth putting any money into. So that's my thoughts. What are your thoughts? Let me know in the comments down below. Alright, where's my comment feeds? There's my comment feeds. Close you. Where'd my comments go? My comments went over here. MeWe is wee-wee, yeah. You log in as root into root command with no GUI. You should have a command prompt, or you should have a login prompt. So you just log in with your username and your password. There's no GUI there. It should boot you into a screen where you have a login prompt. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think he has access to any GUI at all. I think that's the problem. Just went to the MeWe page and it says get started free forever. Yeah, and that's the thing that I've seen. So, you know, it's like get started free forever, and they have the same thing on the pages when you created a page, and now all of a sudden out of nowhere they just want to start charging for it. So, yeah, I'm dropping all that, and since I don't like social media anyway, it's not worth keeping around, you know. I keep the ones that people will find over there. The biggest one I'm actually on is Fostodon. Fostodon. How many people do I have over there? There's a lot of folks over there. All right, let me go back into this size here. Let's see. Yeah, it's 250 followers on Fostodon over there. That's switchedtolinux at fostodon.org. That's where you can find me over there. I'm not sure if you need to log into Fostodon to see that or not. I'm not sure if those are publicly available without logging in or not. They might be. I'm not sure. Let's see. Bye-bye, MeWe. Yep, yep. Free as a user, fee as a business promoter. Yep, well, that's okay. With West England, I do not have access to the GUI. Have access. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know what to say, man. If you're booting up the system, if it does not boot into the GUI, it should give you a prompt, a terminal login prompt. That's what you need to do. All right. What time is it? 7:46. All right. Well, I think what we're going to do is, let's see if, is there a kitty in here? There's no kitty in here. I bet the kitty ran away again. Let's see if I can summon kitty. Summon kitty. Kitty, kitty. Oop, I think I hear pitter patter. Kitty, kitty. Kitty, kitty. I see kitty. Hello. Come get some kitty treats. Come on. Come get kitty treats. Come on. Come get kitty treats. You gotta jump. You gotta jump for that. Yeah, come on. Come get kitty treats. Come on. Come get kitty treats. I'm not picking you up. You gotta jump for it. Come on. Come on. There you go. Yeah, Houston, we got kitty treats. We got kitty treats. All right, buddy. I got nothing in my hand. They're all over here. Get us some paw action. Yeah, we got the paw action going. Yeah. There's another one for you right here. And let's do one for this camera right here. Are they finger licking good? That's it. Are they finger licking good? They are. They're finger licking good. Yes. Yes. Want to hang out with us? Want to hang, kitty, or you want to go? Want to hang or go? It's up to you. Want to hang out or you want to go? Oh, he's going to hang out. He's like, yeah, I'm going to hang. All right. Starts booting through the live CD, repair from there. Yep. Yeah, I do need a new chair. Eventually I'll get one. Do I have enough to share? Yeah. Yep, we got paw action. Work it, CJ. Work it. Work it, buddy. Work it. Work it. Work it. Work it. Yeah. What a ham. What, the kitty? Yeah, the kitty is a ham. Aren't you? Use your hammer. All right. Well, I think what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and wrap this guy up. Oh, are you stealing my camera now, kitty? You're going to steal my camera too, huh? You are, aren't you? Stole my monitor. You're stealing my cameras. Ring lenses, or your eyes actually insanely blue? Yes, my eyes are actually insanely blue. Let's see. All right, we're going to go ahead and wrap this guy up, and we'll go ahead and post one of these guys out today, one of these guys out tomorrow. We'll be doing a supporter stream tomorrow. We got some interesting Windows stuff. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that on supporter stream, though. But I do have a few other supporter stream items that we could use. And news on Friday, and I'm not completely sure. I need to verify, but I think Sean O'Brien's going to be back on Sunday talking about security news. security news from a security lecturer at Yale. So that'll be fun. I need to verify with him yet, but tentatively that's what we're doing. And with that, we're going to wrap it up from here. All right, guys, we will catch you guys later. Have yourselves a wonderful and wonderful evening. Don't fall too far deep into Linux Mint. And have yourselves a wonderful afternoon. We'll see y'all tomorrow.